Hi, I'm Susan Sage, your host, and welcome to our show. Hi, this is Designing with Casual Elegance, and today we are going to talk about fall. So, we will first, though, do a little update on the bedroom. So I finally did select paint colors. So our walls are a beautiful soft blue. The wallpaper is up. The tray ceiling has a deep peacock blue and is trimmed out with this wonderful little trim piece. The drapes, of course, are in place. The bed is up, but what I don't have is the accent pieces. So anyway, hopefully by the next show, or might be October show, it'll all be done and we can reveal it. So today we are talking texture for fall. And I have my guest, Cindy Jones, who makes these lovely blankets. So tell us a little bit about yourself first and how you started doing this.
Sure. My name is Cindy Jones, and when I was young, I had a lot of energy. So my grandparents taught me to knit and crochet. And then I went through my series of working. I worked for about 32 years for the Postal Service. I retired about 5 years ago, and I love to get together with ladies. So we did craft nights. So I started trying to teach them how to make the blankets. I wasn't very successful in teaching them, but I make them and I sell them at the farmer's market. So we're at the Bella Vista Farmers Market every Sunday, and we have a few different patterns of blanket that we do. This is probably my favorite. Let me open it up for you a little bit. This is called a flower cable. So it just has a series of knits, purls, and twisted stitches to create this beautiful flower. And I can show you some other colors, but as you can see on our set, we've kind of got them displayed. Here's another flower cable. This is called Butterscotch Medallion. All the materials from Hobby Lobby. And it's about $8.99 a skein. So they take anywhere from 7 skeins to 13. So they're custom ordered, or I do keep some on hand to sell. When you come to the farmer's market, you'll see them there.
Which is how I found you.
Yes.
Because I perused the farmer's market.
Yes.
And like I told you, I have to have one of these, but you know what color I'd like.
Yes.
This is just truly amazing. You know, you see these big blankets or throws at Target and all over the place, but they don't have the texture that this has.
Right.
And they're not locally handmade by Cindy.
Right.
These are fabulous and washable.
They are washable. This is called a polyester chenille, and you really can't ruin them. Knitting and crocheting is simply a series of knots. So if something comes a little bit loose, you just push it back in. So it is just fine to wash them. You can dry them, and they are just happiness on the sofa and the couch. They look amazing. So I do have another pattern that is our sweater cable. Let me grab that.
Your corners and your edges.
Yes.
I mean, I love, this is so nice and neat.
Yes, just a little practice. This is a second one. This is more of maybe a less formal sort of boho style. It is called a sweater cable, so it's supposed to imitate the fisherman's sweater. Yes.
I absolutely love this one.
Thank you.
This is amazing, but I can't imagine it would be easy. Well, for you, because you've been doing it for how long?
I've been doing it probably 50 years. 50 years. Yes.
Amazing.
Thank
I mean, this
you.
is just amazing. Wow. So, and you also do baby size.
I do. So I have a baby size that I sort of made for a gift.
So they can really see that beautiful cable.
So this is about 11 skeins of material to make that. And a skein is simply just one ball of yarn.
There's my color.
Yes, it is.
I'm all about this one.
This one is the 7 skein, and this is a baby blanket. And so over the crib, it just looks so stunning. It gives it such a designer quality. And it's also in the flower cable, which is my favorite. So if I do a gift, it's going to probably be this pattern.
Yes, but it would look great on a chair or sofa with beautiful fall pillows that also have texture. You know, this is all embroidered, machine embroidered, not hand, but still, all the beautiful colors that you've brought are here and in
Yes.
several other pillows that we have here.
Yes.
The other thing I'm noticing on the back, explain this.
So you have to knot them together. So this is just a square knot. So when you run out of the material from your skein, you square knot it. And then this one isn't finished. So I always sew them together and then I tuck them under so it looks like part of the blanket to kind of make that disappear. So that's what I do with this. This one's not quite finished, so I can't give it away yet.
But if somebody really wanted it, you'd probably finish it and sell
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a fabulous color.
Thank you.
You know, fall colors now have changed or are in the process of changing so much. Like in the wreath, you don't see the bright orange that everybody, I mean, you walk into Hobby Lobby, you're just blown over with orange. But the deep aubergines and
Yes.
the more olive greens and golds,
Definitely.
the burnt colors are coming in strong. So I did pull a few ribbons that I brought just to show where we're going with color, and love this kind of turquoise.
It is just beautiful, very modern.
Yes.
So, and I think that any color that you enjoy, you can just get a pillow to match it. So that's what I do in spring. I'll just get maybe a boho kind of throw, and then I'll use this. This is called Butterscotch Medallion, and so I'll
that.
throw that on the end of the bed for spring and summer, just to brighten it up a bit.
Yeah. Well, and again about texture. Here, we have this, well, I don't know, it almost feels
Tweed, a little bit.
plastic something, but then has this almost a little boucle-like thread to make the pumpkins and the leaves, which love that because, again, goes with these colors, perhaps not this one, but that beautiful persimmon. And again, doing a texture comparison, you have your velvet, which is very smooth, you know, but always an elegant touch.
Yes, texture is everything.
It is,
Yes.
and this year, it's huge. I talked about it a little bit on our last show, and it's all over the place.
It is.
I mean, the boucles in particular, like the Chanel jacket.
Oh, yes.
Which, classic. But, you know, which is why I wanted to show these, because this texture for, well, any fall and into winter is just so cozy and warm. I mean, I can just see getting underneath this and watching TV
yes.
or in
It's
front of the
almost
fireplace.
Hallmark music time for your movies. A little
Do they
hot
still-
chocolate.
Do they still do Christmas in July movies?
Yes.
Okay.
The Hallmark
didn't
movie
know.
channel.
Okay, what color is this? This is almost a mustardy.
It is. It's called Dearest Marigold. Yes, and that's at Hobby Lobby as well.
Yeah. And is this a different stitch than what we've talked about?
This is the back side of the flower cable. So there's only a couple of stitches that look the same on both sides.
Okay.
So, and it is not these. The flower cable and the sweater cable, they all look different on the back side. So they have a
Okay.
front and a back. But I do have this one, which is the gray ribbed.
Uh-huh.
That is the same on the front and the back. I'm just going to move this over. I'll put it over here for now. And then we'll pull that
God,
gray
that
one.
pillow looks fabulous against that
It
throw.
does. So this gray one here is called a rib. This one is actually crocheted, and it's this. This is the crochet hook.
Whoa.
I know. You can get that at Hobby Lobby as well. But it is a.
Oh, this is totally different.
This is completely the same on both sides. So if
Okay.
you were concerned about a front or a back, it's this one. This is a lot thicker and takes a lot more material to make this weave.
Cool. And then you have this fun little guy.
Yes, this I ordered on Amazon for texture. It's got the velvet. It is a lumbar pillow. So if you're on the sofa, it looks cute, and then you can put it behind your back. And it really helps. It really helps your lumbar.
Support. Oh, good. And again, totally different texture. love a little bit of fuzz, and was trying to figure, it's all just kind of furry, but you've got some that are longer,
Yes.
which is giving you the illusion
A
of,
little bit of Chanel, right?
yes, yes. So much fun. And then I know that I think you were going to do a little demonstration.
Yes, I was going to have you. I started one because there's one that's not showing here. It's called a basket weave. And I believe that almost anybody can perfect this one. And it really looks like a woven basket. So it's nice for the fall as well, and a little bit easier to make than some of these more complicated stitches. So I started it, and then I'm going to see how you go with it. And then I can do possibly another stitch that might be a little bit more complicated. So let me get these out of the way.
Okay. This is going to be funny because my hands aren't very big and my fingers aren't very long.
It's okay. So I started this yesterday, and I really recommend when you're learning to go ahead and do a swatch. So I will usually practice with maybe a 20 by 20 swatch, and you can see this is a basket weave. And on both sides it looks the same, and it starts to develop a pattern. So I would say that it's all loops. This is done by hand. And I'm going to hand this over to you, and then you're going to follow the stitches. So this is a knit stitch, and this is a purl stitch. You can tell by the knits it's a V.
Okay.
The purl stitch have a little bump, and they go in differently. So to create a knit stitch, you pull it from the back and pull it up. And then
Okay.
this is the end. The end piece is always knit, so you can create that beautiful V.
Okay. So when do you,
So now
so you're
this
going
is going
this
to be
way.
your last stitch.
okay.
So
you
it's
pull
going to
that
be a
up.
V, and now you just stitch, you knit the knits, and you purl the pearls.
Okay. We'll
And
move
so
this.
I'm going to go ahead and
See
do a
if
little
they can-
chain stitch and see if I can demonstrate a flower cable, which is a little more complicated.
And now, do you have to hold this a certain way, or?
You don't. You just have to make sure it's not loose, or your blanket won't look okay.
Okay, wait. Where do I go from here?
So so this is the end. So you're going to come back this way. You're going
Right.
to go this way and this way. And so this is a knit stitch. You're going to just pull it right through.
Okay, so this just stays here. Oh,
This
because
stays
you're good.
there.
It's the end, and you'll pull it.
That's right.
Got
so
it.
I'm just going to show you these little knit stitches. Now then one more knit, and you can recognize the stitch just by looking. This is a purl, and then
So that's going to
it's
be
going to
the
go
other
in
direction.
front to create a bump.
like that.
Beautiful. Okay, you got it?
Okay, so you leave that and then you go on.
Yes.
Okay.
And so to start a blanket, you're going to just make a small loop. And this is just creating a chain stitch. So I'm just going to do about 20 of them.
I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not, but okay, I think I could get the hang of this. So you have to you want all your loops to be the same size.
Yes.
Okay. Almost lost that guy there.
Okay.
Well, this is not something you watch TV with a glass of wine. to
No,
do.
it's not
tell you what.
relaxing. It's not relaxing. And then
Okay, now we're changing again.
we're changing again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can see that that's a V. So you're going to go behind.
Behind.
So this is a chain stitch to create it.
You just did all this?
Yeah, yes. So on the front side of the chain stitch is the little bumps. And so those are going to be your starting stitches. Otherwise, your blanket will look like kind of loose at the ends like this. You want it to be beautiful V's. So I'm just going to put this down, and I'm just going to start.
Okay. So, and then I just leave this guy? Oh, no, now is when we're going to...
You're going to do your last stitch, which is that knit stitch that's going to create that nice border at the end here.
So you
it'll
come
be-
from behind.
Yes. And then you have nice V's. Okay, and then You see that you have
This-
1, 2, 3, 4. So now you're
So-
going to change rows. You're going to change. Now you're going to
Oh.
do pearls
And then knit.
knits.
Okay.
Good job.
This,
You did it.
you know, maybe I could do this.
You absolutely can.
I mean, I'm the girl who started sewing when they were 7 and just was into sewing and design. And my first degree is in clothing design.
Right.
My second degree is interior design. And currently, I now have 3 sewing machines, but I think one doesn't work. I think it needs a new motor. It's an original Singer Athena 2000, which was the first computerized machine that they came out with. So, you know, but I could do that for hours. So this would take a little concentration at first.
Yes, and the hardest row is the starter row because you've really got to make sure you've got that middle, this middle piece, and not the top or the bottom. So this is just the hardest row.
And so what kind of stitch are you doing on this?
I'm going to do a flower cable so that you can see that stitch. And it is a twisting of the yarns to make the stitch. I'll show you. It's the cabling.
Okay.
So I always purl on the end, and then I do a purl in between, a little relief stitch. And then I probably should have done this before I got here, so you wouldn't have to see me struggle. But you will struggle too.
So on this, you're now going to go
In the front.
in the front.
To make the bumps.
Okay, let's see if I can.
Also, if you wanted to learn how to do a flower cable, you can go to YouTube and put flower cable chunky knit.
Okay,
and there-
chunky knit.
Mhm.
So, okay, now let me let you finish.
And there's somebody on there that will teach you, and that's actually how I learned. I went to YouTube, and it's a lady that owns Be Cozy, and so she's a German lady, and she sells Be Cozy, and then she sells the flower cables at her store. So that's where
Okay.
I learned, was this young lady.
Okay, now I'm behind.
How you doing?
I think okay.
Good job.
Okay, we are going to take a short break.
Okay, and then I'll have this finished, and then I'll start doing the cabling.
Okay. And you'll explain
job.
that, and
Yes.
then maybe we'll talk about fall fragrances.
Okay.
All right. We're going to take a short break.
Experience the Macadoodle's difference. Shop leisurely in our friendly and spacious store 7 days a week. Browse our wine cellar. We offer the top labels and hot new wines. Wide aisles, hardwood floors, and easy-to-find, well-lit displays make shopping enjoyable. Customers are our #1 priority. If you can't find something, our courteous staff will assist you, and we'll even help you to your car with your purchase. World-class customer service. Largest and best selection in the area. Low prices. Experience the Macadoodle's difference today.
Hi, welcome back. Well, Cindy is still working away here on another type of stitch that she's going to explain. Then I'm going to talk about fall fragrances, and Cindy's going to continue working on that. We'll see what she has as we finish the show.
So I created the chain stitch, and this is what I mean by using the middle stitch in your chain. It creates a nice V on the back. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a flower cable. So that is twisting the yarn and doing it out of order. So I will go ahead and, yes.
Okay.
So
That's my kind of thing.
Yes, it is. So I will go ahead and just start over here, and you do the second stitch first, and the first stitch second, and then you reverse the last 2 stitches. You do the 4th stitch first and the 3rd stitch after that. So this creates this cabling by
so-
switching your yarns. It's a little bit more advanced, but not impossible. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this, and then
Okay.
I'll show you a little bit of progress, and you can start to see the pattern when I'm done.
Okay.
So it's switching the yarns on each grouping of 4.
Okay. All right. Well, Cindy is working on that. I am going to talk about fall fragrance. Did not get to finish our little segment on that last time. So never did get to the Maison Berger. Now, if you don't know what Maison Berger is, used to be called Lampe Berger. This is an alcohol-based oil that a doctor in France developed over 120 years ago. This was developed to kill mold and bacteria in hospitals. So you have some very plain jars, some decorative, and what you have is the beautiful glass jar. You insert the wick, just a dry wick, after you fill about halfway with your oil, and you have to let it soak for 20 minutes before you can light it. This puts out the most wonderful fragrances, and of course, they are seasonal. Well, seasonal, can't talk. And you get a little funnel so that you can fill your jar. This just pulls up. So you light it, you let it burn down for a couple minutes, and then you're going to put this little guard cap on because that stone is very hot. I mean, it is burning while this fragrance is just kind of permeating the air. And right now I think I've got white tea, but I do have Virginia cedarwood, festive fir, and heavenly spruce as we go into our Christmas season. The other thing I have is this cinnamon cider candle, and I think that matches up with this right here. This is Aromatique, and Aromatique is actually made in Arkansas. This is great because it's a little gift pack. You've got a little bit of the potpourri, you've got a room spray, and candle. And this really is my favorite company. You can get essential oils to refresh your potpourri. And a lot of times what I do, and you can't smell it, but in the bottom of this vase that I have this arrangement in, I had a potpourri from last year. I put oil in, had it in plastic bags, tightened it up, shook it up to refresh it, and I'll put it in the bottom of a container and then put my floral arrangement in there. It helps the flowers stay in place, but also has just a very soft fragrance that comes out. And you can use any size container, but I think it's a great way to not to have special containers for all of the different potpourris that you're going to set around. The other thing, this is a different company. I love all the different, lotus pods, the little pumpkins, the wicker balls, just really nice pieces of, I don't know, pods and berries.
Definitely extra texture.
Yes, great colors. This one actually comes with its own essential oil. And, which is kind of nice. You don't have to buy it separately, so you can just refresh. And I may have talked about this before, but when you're doing a potpourri, when you open it, you should cut the bottom and let it fall into the container. That way, you just get a nice, beautiful look instead of having to stop and arrange all of the different little pods and berries and nuts to make them look good. It'll just fall into place and looks great. And of course, beautiful candles for the holiday season. This one is the smell of Christmas. Oh, this is, I don't know if you can really.
So good. Cinnamon.
The smell, yes. And the other one, the smell of the tree. Oh, it's, since we all have fake trees now, the smell of the tree is so nice to have in your home, and I love that. And then this is just another one. This is, I believe, a new fragrance. I haven't seen it before. Autumn Cherry, which totally different. Usually you'll have cinnamon cider or orange and evergreen, peppercorn. That's another one of my favorites. And we still have a couple other little items. This is a diffuser. So you've got your wicks in your little jar. You put those in, and these amaze me how they work, how it just captures the oil and
Like a reed.
soft, yeah. And then we have another little one. This one is pumpkin spice, which, you know, Starbucks now has their pumpkin spice lattes as of yesterday. I'm definitely going to have to go that direction. This other little one is cinnamon cider. It's got its little reeds. And, you know, you just set them around. These are really great in a bathroom, I think. That's where reeds, I think, work the best because they're not real strong. They can't put out fragrance in a 500 square foot room where I believe the Lampe Berger or the Maison Berger will go up to 800 square feet. I mean, it really will put fragrance in 2 or 3 rooms depending on your home. The other thing about this is if you put it outside, say you're sitting outside on a summer evening and you want to keep bugs away or insects, take your Lampe Berger with you and you can just sit and relax. They're not going to bother you. They stay away.
You can sit and relax and do a flower cable.
There you go. Are you ready to talk about that flower cable?
So if you were watching my hands, you'll probably say that looks a bit complicated, and you would be right. So you can see the pattern developing with the flower cables.
So
it's
but
from
if you're doing a big one, this would be...
It would be much bigger. So it's what you do is you do groupings of 4, and then you do a relief purl stitch in between. And so you just count out how large you like your blanket, and then just do 4, little math, 4, and then a relief stitch in the middle, and then 1 knit on the end. You always want to have a knit on the end so it stays nice and V. So that is the flower cable, which is this one. But it's a little more complicated. It's more, it's more of an expert stitch, but not impossible.
Okay. And so what about the cable? How difficult is that?
So the cable is also a grouping of 4. So I will show you how on this swatch how to do the cable. So to do a cable, you drop the first 2 stitches.
Okay.
And then you stitch number 3 and number 4. And then you go back for number 2 and number 1. This creates the sweater cable. And then you repeat, you just knit the knits and purl the purls, and every 6 you do the twist.
Okay.
So it's a little more complicated. Would you like to try it?
No.
I think you can
I've
do
done
it.
enough.
Okay.
I was pretty proud of myself on the basket weave.
You did amazing.
That really wasn't too bad.
Not bad.
Okay, so if you've got one and it's going to be maybe for the end of a bed, maybe a queen size bed. So it's this long. What are you working on? I mean, you've got to lay out this long piece as you build it.
Yes, so I actually work this on my bed. I have a king size bed and it is pretty long. So I put it on my bed, and as the blanket grows, it comes down. So you have to really work over it. So if you miss a stitch, your whole blanket could come unraveled. So you have to be super careful. And if you're selling these, that would be the last thing you'd want, is your customer calling and saying, my blanket unraveled. So you have to be really careful. So I actually stand over it while I'm preparing this blanket.
Okay. Well, this has been great fun. So
Thank you.
informative. I learned something new today.
Yes.
Not sure I'm going to attempt it.
Okay.
I'll pay you to do it.
Yes.
And we want to thank everyone for watching today, joining us. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It just helps us grow and offer more to the community. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.